with this one, bit the hair and my mouth. Excuse me. Hello everybody, my name is Kelsey and we're about to get very, very nerdy with an anti-TBR tag. So I thought today would be a great day to do a tag. I've seen this one specifically, which was created by Nicole and her books, circling near the end of last year, and it's one that I really wanted to do, actually. I've seen things very similar to this, like another kind of version of the anti-TBR tag. I've seen the like unpopular opinions book tag circling, but neither of those really felt like I needed to do those. The questions didn't feel like they were something that I really just like needed to tell you. But this one sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun, and I've never done anything where I really talk about the books that I'm just like not going to read. The authors I'm definitely not going to read from. So I thought this would be a nice new change and a different topic than usual. So we're going to get right into it. I will leave the original, Nicole's original video down below if you want to check out her original. But let's get right into it. There are 8 questions, so let's get started. The first one is a popular book everyone loves, but you have no interest in reading. So this one is one that I've actually talked about before as not wanting to read, and that is The Poppy War. I think this would be a fascinating book to read. I know it's set in real history, and I want to investigate and kind of learn more about the history that it's based on. But the actual book, I have no interest in reading. Because it's about war, it's really hard. A lot of the trigger warnings that I've heard about it are things that just, like, I don't think I could make it through, to be honest. So that's the one that I'm going to say for this one, because I just, like, I think the idea behind it is great, and I want to learn more, like I said, about the history that it's based on. But the book specifically, I don't think I would actually even make it through. So we're just gonna not even try the series. And, yeah, that's my answer. The next one is a classic book or author that you have no interest in reading. And for me, I'm going to choose an author, and that is William Faulkner. I have these 3, like, really pretty books that have, like, stunning covers, but I have no interest in reading them. His books sound like they're not happy. They sound like they're very sad books, and I'm sure they're fantastic. I'm sure they, like, mean a lot to certain people who loved them. They were great for the time that they were written, but I just have no interest in them, like absolutely zero interest. This set I actually got from my aunt when she was moving houses. I think my mom picked this one up for me. So like I don't mind owning these copies. I think, like I said, they're stunning. Specifically like these 2. These covers are so pretty, but like nothing about what these books are about is at all interesting. So I'm gonna say him because I haven't, they're on my shelf because they're pretty. Like, that's really the only reason I still have them. I don't think I'm ever gonna pick them up. The third one is an author whose books you have no interest in reading. So for this one, there's kind of a story. The author that I'm going to pick for this is John Green. Now, I have read one book of his. I think it was by him. Let me actually check that. Yeah, okay. So the only book that I have actually read by him was Looking for Alaska, but I read that in middle school or elementary school. I think it was middle school. And obviously I didn't understand half of what was happening in that book, but it's the only one I've read, and none of his books, absolutely none of them, have had a topic that has interested me enough to want to pick it up. Plus, I think with his stuff, it's geared more towards younger YA, which I've noticed recently that younger YA and I don't really mesh anymore. I don't mind reading YA. I can still read YA stuff, but some of the like younger stuff, specifically like high school romance stuff, it doesn't really work for me anymore. So I don't think that anything that he would write would even be interesting to me at this point. So he's one that, like, I technically read something, but I don't remember it, and I have no interest in reading anything else by him. So we're going to go with him. So there is a 3.2 to this question, and that is a problematic author whose books you have no interest in reading, which can also be the same as the one that you just said. Is John Green problematic? I'm sure. I don't know any off the top of my head. I'm sure I've read some. I'm sure there are people that I'm not going to read from anymore. Is it a cop-out to say J.K. Rowling? Any of them would work, probably. The fourth question is an author that you've read a couple of books from and have decided that their like writing is not for you. So, this one, I'm actually gonna say J.R.R. Tolkien because I've read The Hobbit, which I actually did kind of enjoy, and then I've also read The Fellowship of the Rings, which is the first in The Lord of the Rings, and I've discovered that like his writing and like that classic fantasy writing is not my thing. I think at some point I do want to continue with the Lord of the Rings series. I want to finish it out. There's only 2 more, and I think I would like to do it because, like, what if it is amazing? I do love the movies. I do love the world that he has created. I just don't think that his writing is for me. And that kind of reminds me of, like, Charlotte Bronte. I love the story of Jane Eyre, but I hate the way she wrote it. I just, like, I can't stand her writing. It's so boring to me, and that's kind of the way his is. So, I've decided his writing's not for me. I'm not going to say no to never reading his books. I just think going into it knowing that it's going to be a little longer to get through, a little tougher to get through, is good going into knowing that. But I just like, it's just, his writing's just not for me. His storytelling, I like his stories, I like his worlds. I just don't like the way he tells them. The next one, number 5, is a genre you have no interest in or a genre you tried and couldn't get into. So, this one's very obvious, I feel like, and very simple. Horror. I don't do horror. I don't like horror. I don't like scary things. I've never read a horror book on purpose. I never plan on reading a horror book on purpose. Thrillers I can do if they're not too far into the horror genre, but like, yeah, I don't. No, it's not for me. The next one is a book you have bought but will never read. And this one, I guess technically I bought because I did get it in a book box that I purchased, so like I guess this counts. But for me that's going to be Wicked Saints by Emily A. Duncan. This book is stunning. I love it. It looks gorgeous on my shelf, but I'm never going to pick this book up because nothing really about it. I didn't know about it until it came in the box, so it wasn't one that I had my eye on, which is fine. That's happened with many books in Owlcrate. I've discovered books that I love that I've never heard about. With this one, the magic system, from what I understand, revolves around blood, and I don't do gore. I don't do descriptive bloody scenes. I'm very squeamish when it comes to that kind of thing, and when the entire magic system is based on blood and the needing to get it, like with like cutting yourself to get that blood to do the specific magic system. Am I even explaining this well? I don't know. This book is beautiful and I love having it on my shelf, but I'm never gonna read it. It just does not sound like my thing. I have absolutely no interest in it. But it's stunning, so I'm gonna hold on to it. Also, it is signed by the author, so that's cool. And the end pages are so pretty. So like, it's pretty. And like maybe one day, but I really doubt it. So that's my answer there. The next question is a series that you have absolutely no interest in reading, or one that you've started and have DNF'd. So I'm going with the one that I have no interest in reading, which is funny because I think I'm going to love this author's other work, which also I haven't read. And that is the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. Now, I think her ACOTAR series is going to be phenomenal. I think I'm going to really, really enjoy that one. Her newest book, House of Earth and Blood, aka Crescent City, I think is also really interesting, and I'm very curious in that. This one, however, I have no interest in. I think kind of like with John Green's works, it's on the younger side of YA. I might be very wrong about that, but it feels like that, so I don't think I'm going to enjoy it. Also, I don't really like books about assassins, and I know that this one, the main character, is an assassin. Also, there's like 10 million books in this series, and I have absolutely no interest in this series. So, I know it's a lot of people's favorites. I know tons of people love it. I apologize for hating on your favorite if it's one of yours. There are aspects of it that I don't really care about, and I think reading it or forcing myself to read it will not be great. So I'm gonna say that one just because I don't think, like, I don't think I'm ever gonna pick it up. And the very, very last question, number 8, is a new release that you have absolutely no interest in reading. And for this one, I'm going to pick The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. This is the prequel to The Hunger Games. Before this was even announced as being from President Snow's point of view, I had no interest in it. I was happy with the 3 books I got. I know I really liked them when I read them when I was in high school, I want to say. And I have thought about going back to it. The hype almost got to me with this one, but the more I think about it, the more I was like, I'm good. I really don't need a prequel to anything. I think I'm okay. And then we did find out that it was from Snow's perspective, and I really didn't care about him at all. So this is one that I don't think I'm ever going to pick up. Plus, it's like 1,000,000 pages long. That's not true. I think it's like 800 or 900 pages. It's a thick book, and I don't like thick books, especially thick books that have a topic that I don't really care about. And I've heard a lot of iffy things about it from people who have actually read it. So this is my new release that I don't think I'm ever going to pick up. Because, like, I'm good. I have the 3 books. I'm done. I don't really need any more. So those are the 8 questions of this anti-TBR tag. This was actually a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I didn't completely destroy any of your favorite series. And if I did, I'm sorry. But my opinions still stand. But, ooh, should I tag people? Maybe I should tag people. Okay, let's see. I am going to tag Serena from A Wandering Mind. I don't think she's done this one. I am also going to tag Teresa from Teresa Love. I think she will enjoy doing this one. We're going to go with those 2. And then anybody else who wants to do this, tag, you're it. But I hope that you did enjoy watching this video. Let me know some of your books or authors that you're never going to pick up, or you tried and they're not for you. Would love to know some of the ones that you're just, that's just not for you. I'd like to not be alone in my negativity for some of these series. So please let me know. But I do hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and subscribe it down below if you would be part of this awesome growing family. I've also got all my social media, as well as other bookish links down in the description if you want to check out any of those, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!